or welcome back to my channel. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know what to film. I have a lot coming that I'm really excited for, but I just am in a reading groove and I don't really feel like doing a specific type of reading vlog for like something that I'm forcing myself to read. And yeah, so, welcome to this week's reading vlog. It is going to be a week in my life reading vlog as I have a 9 to 5. I talk about it a lot that I have a 9 to 5, and so a lot of my reading gets done on the weekends or audiobooks at work or at night or just whenever I can sneak reading in. I don't read all day long. I don't have a job that allows me to just stay at home and read. I work 9 to 5 in an office setting. So sometimes I can listen to an audiobook in a day at my office. Sometimes I can't listen to an audiobook at all. It just depends on how the mood of the office is that day and what I'm doing that day. So this is going to be like a realistic reading week for me and what I read realistically with my 9 to 5 in a week. Basically, I feel like I'm over explaining, but today is Sunday, so we're going to start it today and end on Saturday, and I'll give like a total page count or listening hours, etc. of what I read this week. Currently, it is the end of March, so I'm trying to finish a book on my TBR because I've read literally nothing on my TBR, and I'm also in the middle of a buddy read with a friend. So, and then I have one that I would like to start as well because it's an arc for a book that comes out this week that I would really like to read. So, first, I'm listening to What We Keep by Jennifer Milken. This is a kind of suspenseful emotional romance, and I'm listening to this because I had an Audible credit, so I went ahead and picked this one up on audio. This is my 12 rec from 12 friends for the month of March, and I'm not that far into it. It's keeping my attention while I'm doing things around the house today, and I'm really enjoying it so far, but I need to be more into it to have like an opinion and tell you what it's about. It's really about our main character, and she meets her romantic interest after a house fire because he's a firefighter and her house catches on fire. That's pretty much all I know right now. There seems to be like a big secret going on, and I feel like something bad might happen. I'm not sure. But there's a lot of suspense and a lot of tension, and there's a past and present timeline. Presently, she's in therapy, kind of rehashing everything, and the past timeline is them meeting and what happens, and the house fire, and all of this kind of stuff leading through their relationship. That's all I am learning so far. When I get more into it, I'll have more of an update on that. I also am 5 chapters into Enchantra on my Kindle because Enchantra is, I believe it comes out April 8th. This is the second in the interconnected standalone series with Phantasma. I'm buddy reading with this with a friend right now, and we're doing like 5 chapters a day, so I need to read my 5 chapters for today. We started it yesterday, so I'll be reading 5 chapters of this. I'm gonna try to read my 5 chapters on my lunch every day. Today's Sunday, so I just need to read my 5 chapters today of this. This follows the sister from the first one, Genevieve, and she goes to Rome and gets invited to Enchantra, which is this big mansion, and there's all of these paranormal beings there, and that's all we've really learned so far. They're all siblings in this big mansion, and there's something called the Hunt going to be happening very soon. That's all I know so far. Again, I'm only 5 chapters in. We'll have to see more. I'm already kind of liking this more than I was liking Phantasma. I'm not sure if there's games or trials. The first one had trials. This one I feel is a little bit different. And finally, the book that I want to start later today is Gifted and Talented by Olivia Blake. I'm not sure a lot about this, but this comes out April 1st. So after I finish my 5 chapters, this is what I'm going to be physically reading, and then I'll have my audiobook as well while I do some random stuff around the house. So I'll give you guys a little bit of an update later on my reading, but come along with me this week in a realistic reading week. I don't expect to read a lot. Again, I have a real job. I have a full-time job, and that takes up a lot of my time. Reading is a hobby, and I do this as a hobby, but I love doing this. So I wanted to show you what my real life realistic reading looks like. gonna be a quick update today because it is Monday night and I am going to go get ready for tomorrow and go to bed. Yesterday, Sunday, I got 91 pages through this, my 5 chapters of Enchantra, and 2 hours audio on What We Keep. Today, I finished What We Keep at work. I am going to give that book 4 stars. It is a really heavy, emotional second chance romance, and I really did enjoy it. I was very, very in tune to it at work, and I really did enjoy it. I am going to give it 4 stars because it's such a heavy and emotional romance. I didn't expect to love it as much as I did, but it packs an emotional punch, and I really liked it for what it was. It was a good second chance romance. I have a few issues with it. Not like major issues, just my own personal issues, I believe, because I wish we got more of a draw out with the second chance and them coming back together. I also wish we got a little bit more deeper dive into the therapy side of it in the beginning, and I feel like both of those were cut short to keep the momentum going, which I appreciate. So maybe it's kind of a take it or leave it, so I'm not like too mad at those. That's why it's a 4 star. Had a really fun time. Highly recommend if you need an emotional second chance romance. I compare it to A Love Letter to Whiskey. Very, very similar. Loved it a lot. I also read 100 more pages of Gifted and Talented, so I'm gonna be honest, I'm super confused what's going on in this book. I kind of feel too dumb when reading this book, and I feel like it's not making any sense. So I'm hoping that it starts to come together tomorrow, but right now it's kind of annoying me that I don't understand. The thing about Olivia Blake is she uses such big words that I feel like I don't know what's going on. So sometimes I just have to be really, really focused on when I'm reading an Olivia Blake book because I don't know what's happening in her books. However, it's keeping me entertained at least, but I hope that it starts to make sense. And they said there were supposed to be like magical elements, and I haven't seen any yet that are like super magical. So I'm just waiting for it all to like click, honestly. But other than that, that's my little reading update for this week. I'm gonna go get ready for bed, and then we'll tackle Tuesday tomorrow. Hello everyone. It has been a chaotic work day. I did not get at all of the way through this that I wanted to get through. So we're still in the same spot that we were last night when I gave you guys an update like 2 seconds ago for you guys. So we're going to continue with this book as well. I read maybe a chapter or two. I'm still very lost. Things keep happening in this book, but it's told from a narrator, but also third person point of view for all of our characters, and it's making me a little bit confused. I picked up the audio to try and help me get through it and understand it a little bit more, but with one narrator and again the third person kind of thing, I'm a little bit confused. But I'm hoping as I go on, because we're only on day 2 in the book, this is like covering like a week time span, I think. Let's see, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday in the beginning. It just has Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So like a lot happens in these like single day time periods in this book. So I feel like that's why I'm getting a little bit caught up in what's happening, because there's so much going on. But nevertheless, we are going to sit down and read. I'm going to start with my buddy read, which is my 5 chapters for Enchantra that I read every single day. So I'm going to sit down and read those because I didn't get a chance to do so earlier. And then I'm going to continue on with Gifted and Talented because that's just the book that I'm reading outside of my buddy read for Enchantra. Also, I went shopping today, so I just wanted to give you guys a little book haul for the shopping that I did. First, we got Variation by Rebecca Yaros. I know nothing about this book other than it's a romance, I think, but it's also very emotional. This is my 12 Reg from 12 Friends book for my April TBR, so that's why I picked this one up, and we will be reading it some point in April, maybe later this week. Also, I picked up, whoa, Say You'll Remember Me because this came out today, and of course I had to get this. I love Abby Jimenez, so I picked this up. This Target edition also has a reversed sprayed edge, which is stunning, and that's why I wanted the Target edition of this book, because just look at these sprayed edges. They're so stunning and so beautiful. Not sprayed edges. Reverse dust jacket. That's what I meant. This also has a note from Abby Jimenez, like on the back cover. I'm not sure if that's the bonus content or what, but there's a note from Abby Jimenez. Anyways, this was the other book that I picked up today. I'm definitely going to try to get to this as soon as possible as well, because this is a high priority for the month of April. This is also my book club's pick for the month of April, so I have to read it some point this month. But she's just stunning, and I heard she's also very deep and emotional as well, so we'll see how it goes with this book. But that's my little book haul, my little reading update. We're going to get back into reading and see how much this evening I can read before we start all over again tomorrow. Hello everyone, I am back with another reading update. So, last night I read my 5 chapters of Enchantra, and that's all I got to read. So, we're hoping to read a little bit more today. It's 8 o'clock, so we'll see how much I get read. However, today at work, I finished Gifted and Talented by Olivia Blake. This is a 3-star book. I was hoping this was going to be a 5-star book because it's supposed to be marketed as dark academia, kind of family drama issues, and magical realism, but there wasn't a lot of magic in the book. There was a lot of family drama and there was a lot going on, but I was really confused because there was a lot going on. So I gave this 3 stars. I ended up finishing it on the audio. I listened to the rest today. It was around 5 hours while I was working today of finishing Gifted and Talented. I wish the audio made it more clear what was going on. There's just so many different things going on because it's going to be hard for me to explain, but it's told by a narrator who is then also narrating third person point of views for the other characters, if that makes sense. But the narrator is also a character in the story, and that is what really threw me off. So, I think that's why I was really confused. And then this is about more than just like their close, immediate family, and like so much happens. It's also very thick. This book is almost 500 pages, I think, and the audio was like 20 some hours total. I listened to like half of it, but it was long. 24 hours, I think, is what it said. However, I finished this. I'm giving it 3 stars. I was just really confused pretty much the entire second half and not a lot. It wrapped up in the book, but I was still confused. And it wasn't like a solid wrap up where it made sense in my brain, but there were some plot lines that I liked, and there was some magic, but this wasn't at all what I thought it was going to be. Also, the use of her writing style is very sophisticated for me, I think, because I just felt really dumb reading this because I just didn't understand. So it's maybe a me issue and not a book issue. But 3 stars. Would I recommend it? Yes, but be prepared to need to like concentrate on the book. Otherwise, you're going to be lost. Also, I am now 50% of the way through Enchantra, which we're reading our 5 chapters a day still. I am in the middle of my 5 chapters right now because I started them earlier, but I'm going to be continuing them right now, and I'm going to read the rest of my 5 chapters right after this, and I am loving this. I'm liking this a lot more than I liked Phantasma. It's focusing a lot more on the game. I mean, were in the game more so, but I feel like I have a better understanding of this game than I did Phantasma, and we're only in like the first round. So I have high hopes that this game will be more drawn out and thought out, and the romance will be a co-plot or a subplot, and the game will take maybe not center stage, but like be as much of a plot line as the romance in this book. Because that was my issue with Phantasma, was there was a lot of romance and not enough game or trials, and I wanted more trials. So with this one, I'm really hoping to see more game, and so far we have, but we also are still in the beginning, so it's still getting explained, and so I'm hoping the rest of the book will be like that. Considering we're already 50% of the way through, I'm a little nervous that it's going to get sped through, but we'll see. I'm loving it so far. I love our main characters. Genevieve is so funny. I love her. I think this will be out by the time you're seeing this video, like the day this book comes out. I highly recommend, and I'm already 50% in. There is so much like banter that is just so good between the two main characters, and I'm just really excited to see where this goes. I have a few theories that I've been tossing around, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. I feel like this one might have another plot twist like Phantasma did, but we'll see. And then if I finish my 5 chapters, I might start The Never List by Jade Presley, because this also comes out the 8th, and I want to read this arc before it comes out. This is a wide choose between 4 princes and our main character Riley Gray, who is sneaking around for her own dark reasons. They're looking for a match, but she has a secret. But in order to save the kingdom, she apparently has to fall for all of them. That's all I know. So we'll see if I get to start this, but I'm really looking forward to this. So that is my lineup, and we're gonna get to reading. Hello everyone, happy Thursday. The week is really wearing me down, if you can tell. Update time. I am 62% of the way through Enchantra. I'm in the middle of my buddy read chapters for the day. I have 2 more chapters for today, I think. Yeah. But I am loving this book, and there's so much intricate details to this game, more than what I thought it was going to be, and I'm really liking it so far. We're only in round 2. Yeah, round 2 now, and I'm just really liking it. I just want to know everything, the inner workings, the ins and outs of this game, because it's so interesting, and the themes and the ways that Kaylee Smith has made it so unique, but also like you can't look away. Like the trials in Phantasma, I was so interested to see how they turned out, and like I said, I wanted more from them because I wanted to know literally everything, the ins and outs and inner workings of the game. But this, I feel like we're getting a bit more. I'm still the type of person that needs to know everything, so I could use a little bit more, but that's okay. Also, today at work, since I finished Gifted and Talented, I did start a new audiobook, which was City of Bones. I'm reading this with a few other people, and I just have never read this series, so I needed to start this series, and I'm listening to it. I'm not invested. I thought I was going to be obsessed and invested, and maybe I will be like later on in the series, but as of right now, I'm not. I listen on either 2x speed or 2.5 speed. So I listened for about 2 hours, but I'm more through the book than just 2 hours. So that's what I'm working on while I'm working, but fingers crossed I finish it tomorrow. I think I have like 2.5 hours left of it, or 3 hours left of it. So hopefully I finish it tomorrow. 3 hours with me listening to it faster. There's still lots of it through the book, but I'm liking it so far. I wish that I was physically reading it, but I don't have the physical books and my library doesn't have them, and I don't think they're on Kindle Unlimited, and Libby doesn't have the ebook available to borrow, and so I have to stick with the audiobook, unfortunately. I feel like I would be more invested if I was physically reading it rather than listening to it, but that's okay. That's all right. I am still paying attention to it and want to know what happens and want to know kind of what's going on with our main character and the shadow hunters and how her family is kind of involved. That's kind of where I'm at right now, if you've read the series. In other news, I did start the Never list last night. However, I got 8 pages in because I fell asleep. Not because the book's bad, because I was so tired that I fell asleep. So hopefully I can read my 2 chapters and get a little bit further the way into this book, because I think I'm really gonna like this book. I like our main character from the 8 pages that I've read because we were in her point of view. I think this has all 5 point of views, the 4 princes and her, but it's definitely more than one point of view because I've seen other names flipping through the pages. And yeah, so I got 8 pages in. Not great, but what are you gonna do? A girl is tired, and when I'm tired and I'm laying on this couch, if I fall asleep, I fall asleep, you know? What can you do? So hopefully I can continue this and get a little bit further the way through this, because I think I'm really gonna like this. So that's my little update. We're going to continue with my 2 chapters of almost said Phantasma, Enchantra, and then we're going to read the Neverlist. If for some reason that's not keeping my attention enough, I may switch to a different book, but we'll see. I have a feeling that if I actually read it and stay awake, I'll like it, but we'll see. A girl is tired, but it's Friday tomorrow, so you know what that means. A weekend full of reading is about to come soon. So that's all I have for my update. Let's go read some more. So, hello. It is now Saturday. I look like a hot mess because it is now the weekend and it is back to cleaning time. So I'm about to go get some groceries, but I wanted to update you on yesterday. I read like 3 chapters of Enchantra. I didn't read all that much yesterday, and I listened to maybe 2 hours of City of Bones. I have about an hour and a half left of City of Bones that I'm probably going to finish while I clean right now and get my groceries and all of that. So hopefully I will finish that in this video with you guys, because today's the last day I think that I'm filming for this video. I don't know if I'm going to film for tomorrow or not, but yeah. And then I want to try and finish this later tonight, so we'll see how much I get into Enchantra. I'm like 75% through. I feel like I could finish it because I feel like I only have like an hour or so left. Let's see. I have 2 hours left of Enchantra, so easy enough. I could easily finish that today, later tonight, and then we'll probably start another book. I'm reading Whirlwind still, but I haven't read any of that, and I need to read this. So I'll probably jump into one of those after I finish Enchantra today or tomorrow. We'll see where I'm at. But I just wanted to give you a quick update because I didn't update yesterday. Yesterday was so chaotic. I had to stay over at work and just, my Friday. So now it is Saturday. It is cleaning time. It is grocery day. So I'm going to listen to City of Bones while we do all that. And I will update you guys when I finish City of Bones. Hello, it's now Sunday. I look like a wreck. What's new? I read nothing yesterday. I read like half an hour of the City of Bones book and like 4 chapters of Enchantra, 5 chapters of Enchantra. I was on 34, now I'm on 39. That's 5. That's 5. Okay, okay, slay. I haven't read any more of Enchantra, but I did finish City of Bones this morning. I had like an hour and a half left, but I finished, as you saw, City of Bones this morning when I was making breakfast. City of Bones. This is the first in the Mortal Instruments series that I'm reading with some friends in Heather's book club. We're reading, I was supposed to have this done in March, and City of Ashes. You know, it's okay. This book, I'm giving 3 stars. It took me so long to get into it. I really just didn't care. I cared at the end. I got hooked at the end, and I'm excited to see where the series goes, but I'm not that invested. I wanted to be obsessed with this series, but I'm just not. So I'm going to try reading physically City of Ashes because I feel like the problem with why I didn't like this as much is because I listened to it. I feel like if I would have actually read it and been paying more attention than I was, because I actually would be reading it, I would have liked it more. I just wasn't as invested. So that's that. I'm going to also try and finish Enchantra later today. I have lots of things I need to do today, filming wise and resetting wise and all of that. That it will be in another video that you'll see probably after this video. But yeah, that's my goal, is to finish Enchantra and then we'll finish up this video. So, I'm sorry this video is chaotic. I'm sorry that this is just kind of like random, but this is what my life looks like, and this is what reading in my life looks like because I have a full-time job and I do a lot of random things all the time, and I read when I can. So, that's what this video is supposed to be for, so here it is. That's my life. I don't really know what to tell you. I read when I feel like it, and I try to read as much as I can. That's really all there is. So that's my little update for now. I'm gonna go do some other things, film some other things, reset for April. We're in April, um, which you'll see in another video. And when I read Enchantra and have a little bit more of an update, I'll update you guys. Adios. So, it is Sunday evening, and I just finished Enchantra. This comes out on Tuesday, so I don't want to give too much away, even though it comes out like a day after, but this book is so good. This book is so good. I'm giving this book 5 stars. 5 stars. 5 stars. I was a little timid going into this because Phantasma, I think I gave like 3 or 3.5 stars. I enjoyed it, but I wasn't obsessed with it. No. I'm obsessed with this book. This book is so, so good. I love our main characters. Our main characters are so thought out. They have so much going for the plot. The romance doesn't overshadow the game in any way, and there's just so much going on. You get more deeper into why this is becoming a series, and I just love it. I'm really excited for the next book. I have lots of theories for the next book. I kind of think I know where it's going, but I'm not really sure. We're gonna see. But this one's not even out yet, and I need the next one. That's how obsessed with it I am. It's so good. 5 stars. I love our main characters. Rowan is now one of my favorite book boyfriends. Yeah, I highlighted so many quotes. I think it'll tell you how many things I've highlighted in here. Let's see. I also highlighted what I think the next book will be called, but I'm not going to say anything because it might be a spoiler. Let's see. Oh no, not the beginning. Does it say how many I have? 61. I have 61 things highlighted in this book, and one of them, my very last one, is what I think the next book is going to be titled, and I think I know who the main characters are going to be just based on the epilogue. So, really, really excited. 5 stars. I can't say too much because this book isn't out yet, but when it comes out on April 8th, you all need to read it. If you didn't like Phantasma, give this one a shot. This is so good. It's like a twist on hide and seek, and there's like mini games, and there's so much going on, and the found family, so good. So good. I cannot wait to read more by this author, And I think before the next one comes out, I'm going to reread Phantasma in this because it's starting to become where things are going to tie in from the first two books. And that's going to be very exciting. I have lots of theories, so doing a reread may help. So there's my thoughts on that. And that's where this video is going to end. So if you came along with me for this chaotic reading week and for a week in my life reading wise, because I read when I can, because I work a 9 to 5 and I have a lot going on, thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any other ideas for reading vlogs, drop them in the comments. I want to do what you guys want to see, and I love making reading vlogs, and I love different like challenge reading vlogs, so let me know what you want to see and I will give them a shot. If you want to find me anywhere else on the internet, all my links are in the description below, and I'll hopefully see you guys in the next one. Bye!